Do your legs ever feel heavy? Like they're full of sand, even after a short walk? You know that feeling. When climbing a single flight of stairs feels like you're carrying invisible weights on your ankles? Most people blame age or poor circulation, but the real cause might be something much simpler: a hidden nutrient deficiency. In today's video, you'll discover 5 key nutrients that keep your legs strong, light, and full of energy, especially after 60. Stay with me, because what you learn in the next 12 minutes could change how you feel every single day. Let me tell you about Mary. Mary is 67, and for years she loved her morning walks through the park. It was her favorite part of the day: peaceful, refreshing, energizing. But one morning something changed. Her legs started feeling heavy, like lead weights. Each step required effort. By the time she got home, her calves were aching and she felt exhausted. At first, she thought, well, I'm getting older. This is just part of aging. But deep down, she knew something wasn't right. So she went to her doctor, expecting to hear about circulation problems or maybe early signs of arthritis. But her circulation? Perfectly fine. Her doctor ordered a simple blood test, and that's when the truth came out. Mary's magnesium and vitamin D levels were extremely low. Dangerously low, actually. Her doctor put her on a targeted supplementation plan, and within just 1 month, that heavy leg feeling, gone. Mary was back to her morning walks, feeling lighter and stronger than she had in years. And here's the thing, Mary's story isn't unique. Millions of people over 60 are walking around with the same deficiencies, not realizing that's why their legs feel so tired. So why does this happen? Your legs are incredible machines. Every single step you take requires a complex coordination of muscles, nerves, blood vessels, and minerals working together in perfect harmony. When you walk, your muscle cells need oxygen to create energy, minerals to contract and relax properly, vitamins to maintain nerve signals, electrolytes to prevent cramping and fluid buildup. When even one of these nutrients is missing, your muscles can't function efficiently. The result? Fatigue, cramping, weakness, and that dragging, heavy sensation that so many seniors describe but can't quite explain. The good news is this: unlike aging itself, nutrient deficiencies are fixable. You just need to know what to look for. So let's dive into the 5 most common nutrient deficiencies that cause heavy, weak legs, and more importantly, how to fix them. 1. Magnesium, the muscle relaxer. Magnesium is often called the muscle relaxer, and for good reason. This mineral is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, but one of its most important jobs is helping your muscles relax after they contract. When you're low in magnesium, your muscles stay tight. They can't release properly, and that leads to stiffness, spasms, and those dreaded nighttime leg cramps that wake you up at 3 a.m. Studies show that up to 50% of older adults are deficient in magnesium, often because of medications like diuretics, or simply because they're not eating enough magnesium-rich foods. So what does low magnesium feel like? Your legs feel tight, even when you're resting. They might cramp up when you walk or stretch, and they feel heavy, like they're constantly tensed, never fully relaxed. How to fix it? Start adding these magnesium-rich foods to your diet. Pumpkin seeds, just a 1/4 cup, gives you nearly half your daily magnesium. Spinach and Swiss chard. Black beans and almonds. And yes, dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao. A small square a day can actually help. If you're supplementing, magnesium glycinate is the form that's easiest on your stomach and best absorbed. Most adults need around 300 to 400 milligrams per day. But always check with your doctor first, especially if you're on medications. 2. Vitamin D, the strength. Vitamin. This is a big one. and it's shockingly common. Vitamin D is crucial for calcium absorption, bone health, and, here's the key, muscle strength. Your muscle fibers have vitamin D receptors all over them. When those receptors aren't getting enough vitamin D, your muscles literally can't function at full capacity. The result? Weak, wobbly legs, poor balance, that feeling like your legs might give out when you stand up. A major study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that older adults with low vitamin D had significantly weaker leg muscles and were more likely to experience falls. And here's the scary part. Experts estimate that over 40% of adults over 60 are deficient in vitamin D, especially if they live in northern climates or spend most of their time indoors. The best source? Sunlight. Just 15 to 20 minutes of midday sun on your arms and legs a few times a week can make a huge difference. But if you live somewhere with long winters or you simply can't get enough sun, you need food sources. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, egg yolks, fortified milk and orange juice, cod liver oil. For supplements, vitamin D. 3 is the form your body uses most effectively. Most experts recommend 1,000 to 2,000 IU daily, but again, get tested first. Some people need more. Vitamin D isn't just about bones. It's about keeping your legs strong, stable, and responsive. 3. Iron, the oxygen carrier. Iron is the nutrient that carries oxygen from your lungs to every cell in your body, including your leg muscles. When you're low in iron, your muscles aren't getting enough oxygen. And without oxygen, they can't produce energy efficiently. That's why iron deficiency doesn't just make you tired overall. It specifically makes your legs feel heavy, fatigued, and weak. Iron deficiency is especially common in older adults, particularly women, because of poor absorption, blood loss, or simply not eating enough iron-rich foods. And here's something many people don't realize. Even if you're not anemic, you can still have low iron stores, a condition called iron deficiency without anemia. And it can absolutely cause leg fatigue. The best sources of iron are lean red meat, the most easily absorbed form, chicken and turkey, lentils, chickpeas, and beans, dark leafy greens like kale and spinach, fortified cereals. Here's a pro tip. Iron from plant sources is absorbed better when you eat it with vitamin C. So squeeze some lemon on your spinach or have a glass of orange juice with your lentils. If you're supplementing iron, take it on an empty stomach if you can tolerate it, and avoid taking it with calcium or coffee, which block absorption. But be careful. Too much iron can be harmful. Always get tested and follow your doctor's advice on dosage. 4. Vitamin B12, the nerve protector. B12 is essential for nerve health, and when your nerves aren't functioning properly, it affects everything, including the strength and sensation in your legs. Low B12 can cause nerve damage, a condition called peripheral neuropathy. And the symptoms? Tingling, numbness, burning sensations, and yes, weakness and heaviness in your legs. The tricky thing about B12 deficiency is that it develops slowly, often over years. So by the time you notice symptoms, the deficiency is already quite advanced. Who's at risk? Older adults, because stomach acid decreases with age, making it harder to absorb B12. People on metformin for diabetes. Vegans and vegetarians, since B12 is mainly found in animal products. Anyone who's had stomach or intestinal surgery. You can get B12 from eggs, fish like salmon and trout, chicken and turkey, as well as fortified cereals and nutritional yeast for those following plant-based diets. If you're at high risk or already deficient, you may need B12 supplements, either oral, sublingual, or even injections, depending on how severe the deficiency is. The good news? B12 supplementation is safe, effective, and can reverse many of the symptoms if caught early enough. If your legs feel weak or tingly and you haven't had your B12 checked in a while, It's absolutely worth asking your doctor for a blood test. 5. Potassium, the fluid balancer. Potassium is the unsung hero of muscle function. It works closely with sodium to regulate fluid balance, muscle contractions, and nerve signals. When your potassium is low, your muscles can't contract properly, and that leads to weakness, cramping, and a heavy, swollen feeling in your legs. Low potassium, also called hypokalemia, can be caused by diuretics or blood pressure medications, chronic diarrhea or vomiting, excessive sweating, or simply not eating enough potassium-rich foods. One of the telltale signs of low potassium: your legs feel heavy and swollen at the same time, especially at the end of the day. You can boost your potassium through bananas, which are the classic choice, along with avocados, sweet potatoes, and white potatoes with the skin, spinach and broccoli, and coconut water, which is a fantastic natural source. Most adults need around 2,600 to 3,400 milligrams of potassium per day, but most people only get about half of that. Here's the catch. Potassium supplements are usually limited to low doses, because too much potassium at once can be dangerous, especially if you have kidney issues. So the best strategy is to focus on food sources. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole foods, and you'll naturally get enough potassium to keep your muscles functioning smoothly. Now, before you run out and buy a bunch of supplements, there's one critical mistake you need to avoid. Many seniors take supplements randomly, without testing, without a plan, just hoping something will help. But here's the problem. Over-supplementing certain nutrients can actually make things worse. For example, taking a lot of calcium without enough magnesium can worsen muscle stiffness and cramping, the exact opposite of what you want. Or taking too much iron when you don't need it can cause constipation, nausea, and even damage to your organs over time. So there you have it, 5 key nutrients your legs depend on. Magnesium for relaxation, vitamin D for strength, iron for energy, B12 for nerve health, and potassium for balance. Don't just blame aging. Get tested, eat smarter, and move daily. Your legs have carried you far. Now help them carry you longer. Like, subscribe, and share your experience below. Here's to stronger steps ahead.